How's it going, everybody? Matt Bourie here. Pardon me. Let's just wait here for this to start going. It always takes a second, so give it 1 minute here. Hopefully, any day now you want to start YouTube. There we go. Okay.
You were thinking about...
All right, so we're here. You guys like my new haircut? I finally bit the bullet, got rid of the bald spot. We went completely down to the skin here. So, very exciting news. Now I'm officially bald instead of going bald. So, again, today we're going to be working on another slideshow that Mr. Brain... Yeah, is it a bald spot if it's 100% of my head? I don't know. But Holly did point out that you can still see my bald spot because of how often I was going fishing. I now just have a ring of tanness in the back of my head, and the rest of it is all just pale. So give it a week and then it'll look better. Well, that would be great. We were talking about taking one of the dogs and just doing hair plugs using one of the dog's hairs because the dogs shed so much. So, but anyway, so this presentation today is a continuation on last week, which is optimizing video poker results. We're going over the same hand, the same expected value versus variance. So this was the hand last week, and I'm just going to skip through all this, and then we're going to show all this info from last week, and then we're going to deep dive into this a bit more. So if you're playing triple double bonus and you're dealt this hand, 10 queen king, so 3 to the royal, and a pair of queens, a lot of people here would think to keep the queens because you're guaranteed to break even at the very worst, but in reality that is not actually the correct play. The correct play with the higher EV or expected value is to go for the royal. And the reason this is a high variance play going for the royal is if we break it down here, if you look on the 10 king queen, you're only going to win 7.5% of the time. You're only going to push 21% of the time, and you're going to lose 71% of the time. But however, when you win that 8% of the time, every once in a while you're going to get that royal flush that pays 4,000 credits. The queen queen, on the other hand, it's a low variance play. You're only going to win 12% of the time. However, you're going to push 87% of the time, and it is impossible to lose. So a lot of people say, oh, go for the safe play, guaranteed not to lose, let me never give up a winning hand, but in reality that would be wrong. So if you're betting 5 credits, which is what standard video poker is, your expected value going for the 3 to the royal is 6.799 credits, meaning you're going to win on average 1.799 credits, meaning if you're dollars, you're going to win $1.79 on average. If it's quarters, you're going to win almost 50 cents. Whereas if you go for the queens, your expected value of that is only 6.658. So you'd only be making $1. Ow, I just bit my tongue. You'd only be making $1.65 on that. So we want to go into the reason about this is we're going to go into the psychology of high variance plays. So in the example hand, the more volatile play, 3 to the royal, is 14 cents better if you're playing a dollar game on average. But keep in mind that this is on average, so about 50% of the time you're going to do worse than that, and about 50% of the time you're going to do better than that. So why does making the correct but high volatility play often feel so wrong? We're going to tell you why. It's because the human brain is good at detecting and remembering patterns. However, what happens when you try a high volatility play and you lose on 5 tries? What happens if you lose on 25 tries? On 250 tries? You know? That is correct, Little Joe. Triple double bonus is turning to be one of my less favorable games after how we've been doing so far this year on it. So some correct plays can take many attempts, hundreds even, before you're expected to have better realized gains than for the less volatile incorrect play. If you do not know that the high volatility play is better, your experience is very likely to make you think that the less volatile play is better, but that would be wrong. So in conclusion, just trust the math. Math isn't wrong. And trust in the strategy charts because they are based on math. Don't listen to the people that say it's the casinos that wrote the strategy charts. They just want you to lose more money. It's actually not the casinos that wrote the strategy charts. In the long run, you will win the most on average by always making the plays with the highest EV. EV is expected value. So from here on out, I'm just going to call it EV, regardless of the volatility of the options. So, how can a play that loses more often be better? If you remember in that example hand, you're going to lose money 71% of the time by keeping the 3 to the royal. If you instead keep the queens, the pair of queens, you're never going to lose because you're guaranteed to push with the jacks or better. However, as we already said, the 3 to the royal is 14 cents better on a dollar denomination game, so how can this be? The key is that the number of times you win and lose is not the entire picture. You got to take into account how much you're going to win and lose. When you keep 3 to the royal, you have a small chance of hitting that royal flush and winning 4,000 credits. Over many, many attempts, the royal flush, the 3 to the royal, performs better than the pair of queens because even with fewer wins, you're going to win more money because you do have the shot. Because look at it this way. On triple-double bonus, what we're talking about here, you hold the pair of queens. The absolute best you're ever going to do is 4 queens for 250 credits. You keep the 3 to the royal, while you're not guaranteed to break even because you're not keeping the high pair, you have a chance of winning 4,000 credits, which is a heck of a lot more than 250 credits. So for each attempt, 3 to the royal wins more than the queens on average, but here's where we're going to get creative here. Everybody that's watching right now, how many guesses, take guesses of how many attempts you would need to do at the 3 to the royal flush to be a favorite to win more than the pair of queens. 50, or 5, 10, 50, 100, 500, 1,000. Let's hear some guesses. I see there's some people chiming in there in the chat. I think it's going to be a little bit more than 1, Michael. Noah says 125. What are some other guesses here? Little Joe says 10. And now when I'm done with this whole slideshow, I'm going to go to Pro Training and 100 Play, and I'm going to do 10 examples, 10 spins on each of them, and we're going to see. Michael says 2,400. Mr. Brain, good job not guessing since you wrote this. So now we're going to look at the statistics. We're going to break this down and show you. So the expected value versus variance, queens, royal flush versus the queens. So for a single attempt, so the way this works is the EV column, this is how much you're going to be netting, winning. So this is above your $5 bet, right? This is assuming you're playing dollar. Yes, in this, well, it would be slightly different than a pair of aces, Tracy, because you would have a bet, you could theoretically win 4,000 credits also if this was a pair of aces. But for this example, we're talking about a pair of queens. So if you look, for one attempt, if you hold the 3 to the royal, your EV is, you're going to win $1.80, playing dollars. If you hold the queens, you're only going to win $1.66. But if you look, on one attempt, your probability of your 3 to the royal beating the pair of queens is only 7.4%, while holding the pair of queens has a 74% chance of beating the 3 to the royal. Now, if you go to triple play, that chance jumps way up. So for a single attempt, queen's much more likely to win than 3 to the royal. Note that the EV for 3 to the royal is always higher. Wait, it did this damn thing to me where it went jump back a screen, but not for you guys. For 3 attempts, as in playing a triple play game, comes a little easier for the 3 to the royal to beat the pair of queens than it is in a single attempt. Why? Because the increased chances of drawing a straight or a flush. Because you got 3 shots at it, and if you get just 1 straight or 1 flush, since you're only betting 15 credits, you would become a net winner. On 5 attempts, it actually, this is where it gets weird. It starts to go, your chances start to go back down on the 3 to the royal. But look, your EV keeps going up. So on 5 hands here, if you had played this on 5 play, you'll have netted $9, keeping the 3 to the royal on average. If you keep the pair of queens, you're going to have only netted $8.29. And again, on 5 play, the chances of the queens beating the 3 to the royal is 77%. And only a 17% chance. And the reason it starts to dip down here is because even if you were to just catch one of those straights or one of those flushes, you're now betting 25 credits. So 3 play and 5 play are similar. Then when you get to 10, the middle of this graph here from 10 to 100 play starts to dip down a bit. So now on 10 play, you've netted almost $18 on going for the 3 to the royal. And you've netted right around $16.60, keeping the pair of queens. And then the probability of the 3 to the royal winning now drops significantly to 10%. Because here you're betting 50 credits, you catch 1 flush, it's only going to pay 30 credits, so you'd be losing, and 1 straight is going to pay you 20 credits, so you would still be losing there if you only caught one of the 2 of them. Now once you get up to 25 hands, this is where it starts to get real weird. It dips now on 25 shots at it. If you're playing 25 play, you only have a 6.7% chance to win holding that 3 to the royal, but again, you've netted almost $45. Whereas keeping the pair of queens, you're only going to net $41.50 more or less, and you only have a 6.7% chance of winning. And the pair of queens is now jumped to 92%. Hang on, we got an ad here. I'll just wait for everybody to skip past this ad if they got that same ad I did. Now, if you go to 50 hands, it starts to climb back up here. We're up to 8% chance of the 3 to the royal beating the pair of queens. But you've netted almost $90, and you're netting only 82 and change there. Oh, sorry, I forgot the points at the bottom are changing. So for 50 attempts, the chances that the royal flush 3 beat the queen go up slightly from 25. Why is that? Because you're getting more shots and you have a chance to hit the straight flush, which would pay 250, which is the same as the best you're going to do on the queens of 4 queens, but also pays 250, or the royal flush. So for each of the straight flush and royal flush, suited 10 queen king gives us a 1 in 1,081 chance to hit it. So because holding 3 and having to fill in 2 other cards gives you that 1 in 1,081 chance. Once you get up to 100 hands, so like you're playing 100 play, the chances of the 3 to the royal beating the queens are back up to 10%. Since 3 to the royal is the better long-term play, the law of large numbers is starting to work in the royal flush's favor here. You know, because you got 100 shots at it, so you got a lot better chances of hitting it. But again, you can hit the royal, you can hit the straight flush, you can get flushes, you can get straights. You have a lot of chances at it. So that's back up to 10% for chance of the 3 to the royal to win on 100 hands. And you've netted almost $180, whereas you're at only $165 on the queen. So look, the gap is starting to widen here of how much money you're going to have made. So now if you get up to 250 hands, 3 to the royal will outscore the pair of queens almost 22 or 21% of the time. So note that over these 250 plays, the royal flush 3 is, you're now $35.15 ahead on 250 play than you would be if you held the queens. Once we get up to 500 attempts, you have more than a 1 in 3 shot of that 3 to the royal beating out the queens. The high pair is trying to stay ahead, but it can't outpace the royal flush 3 forever because it's got that lower EV. And then now, once it jumps to 1,000 shots at it, so that would be 10 hands, 100 play, the royal flush 3 is now the favored hand. You have a 53% chance of the 3 to the royal beating the pair of queens, and the pair of queens only has a 46.9% chance of beating that 3 to the royal. At this point, the chance of hitting straight flushes and royal flushes become high enough that the 3 to the royal will outpace the steady but lower gains of the pair of queens. So psychologically, it's sometimes difficult to make a high volatility play with higher EV, and if you watch any of our other videos on our other channel, the Jackpot Gents, where my dad and I play live, a good example of this is when I go for double inside straight flushes. Every time I go for a double inside straight flush, I complain about having to go for it, but I still do it because even though it doesn't work out very often, when it does work out and you hit that straight flush, you're going to get 250 credits. So it does seem likely to lose, but it wins more in the long run, so you should always do it. So can anybody think of other similar plays that this would be similar to this, that would be in the same boat here? One that we always talk about and is somehow widely disputed, even though the math says it shouldn't be, is in the same triple-double bonus game, if you're dealt a 3 aces with a kicker, you are supposed to keep the kicker. So volatility, Tracy, is it means you're going to have bigger swings. You're not going to lose as much on a low volatility play. You're less likely to lose, but the chances of you winning a lot are much lower. So you're not going to win a lot, but you're not going to win a lot, but you're also not going to lose a lot. So it would be like playing jacks or better, the game that my dad loves because of the low volatility. You know, all the 2 pairs pay 10 for 1. Or 2 for 1, 10, they pay 10 credits betting 5. But if you don't get a royal flush, since all the 4 of a kinds pay 125 credits, if you don't get a royal, you're really not going to win much in that game. Versus something like triple-double bonus, where we're talking about here, where the 2 pair is a break even, it's a push, it's the same 5 credits that you're betting. However, if you get 4 aces, it pays 800 credits. You get 4 aces with a kicker, it pays 4,000 credits, you know. So there are a lot more hands that you have a lot more chances to win big, but the lower paying hands pay less, so you're more likely to lose, but when you do win, you're going to win a lot more. Well, so that would be like one example, yeah, would be when we're playing the Ultimate X, keeping those 3 to the flush when we have nothing else and no multipliers. You're not going to fill it in very often, but when you do fill it in, you're going to get that 10 or 11x multiplier, you know, so it should pay off in the long run. But in the short run, it may seem like it's not going to pay off. So that's like I was saying, the 3 aces with the kicker, keeping the kicker if you're dealt 3 aces. A lot of people in that, they do the same thing that we're talking about here. They don't take into account how much you can win. Yes, if you don't keep the kicker, you are more likely to fill in your 4 aces. But if you keep the kicker, well, you're not going to fill in, you're cutting your chances of filling in the 4 of a kind in half, because you're only giving yourself 1 card to fill it in instead of the 2. If you do fill it in, it's going to pay 5 times as much, because it's going to jump from 800 credits to 4,000. So if you're cutting your chances in half of hitting it, but you're increasing the payoff by 5 times, it's definitely worth it. Oh, Mom's talking about 3 to the straight flush. Yes, sorry. To extend play time, that's gonna depend on your bankroll, Zany, however you say that. If you have an infinite bankroll, the 100 play is probably you're going to be able to play for longer, I would think. You know, so put it this way: if you have the bankroll to play $25 a spin, right? You're much more likely, I think you'd be better off playing 50-cent 10 play, which would be $2.50 a hand. For 10 hands is $25. You'd be better off playing 10 play 50 cent than you would be playing $5 single line. Yes, your chances of winning, you could win a $20,000 Royal playing $5 single line, but you're going to have, your swings aren't going to be as crazy because you know you've got 10 other shots to, if you have a bad hand, you're going to have 10 shots to improve your bad hand, or if you get dealt a good hand, you're going to get that good hand 10 times. But yeah, if you wanna play, have your bankroll last as long as possible, like Mr. Brain said, play low denomination single line, because your chances of losing are, you know, not very high. If you're playing quarter single line, that's $1.25 a spin. Yeah, you're going to be able to play a lot longer than you would if you're betting $25 a spin on 10 play. In bonus poker from Jacks or Better, just the full house and the flush. So they don't short you on the two pair, but the best pay table you'll ever find for bonus poker is 8-5, meaning it pays 8 for 1 for the full house and 5 for 1 for the flush. On Jacks or Better, you can find it up to 9-6, where it would pay 9 for 1 for the full house and 6 for 1 for the flush, which would be 45 credits for the full house on a max bet, or 30 credits for the flush on a max bet. I love me some deuces, little Joe. So upcoming training, if you're playing a short, that's going to be next week's. If you're playing a short session, should we change our strategy? And then that's it. So that's it for that PowerPoint there. So now we're going to go and we're going to test this theory out that we just did, right? So we're going to go to, where is it? 100 play draw poker, triple double bonus. And this was 9-6 triple double bonus. We're going to start with $1,000 here. Let's close the chat in case anybody says anything crazy. Let's blow this up a bit here. Let me just make sure this looks good on the stream. Yes, it does. Okay, so pick cards. It was 10 Queen King of Hearts, Queen of Clubs, 5 of Clubs. This was the example hand. We're going to do it 10 times, right? So this is number 1. We're going to, first time, we'll do the pair of queens first, right? So this is the first spin. And yes, it's going to tell me I'm playing it wrong every time. We started with $1,000 here in the machine. So we won on the first deal. Of course, we're going to win every time, because you can't lose here. So that was the first spin. This is the second spin, number 2. Man, I wish I could pick cards like this in the casino. It'd be much easier to win money. Number 3. So this is the safe play. Hang on. I'm not going to answer any questions here for a second because I don't want to lose count. This is number 4. Oh, that's a good one, Zany. But yeah, if you've got a wager requirement like that, then yeah, you should probably play multiple hands just to get through it faster. assuming you have the bankroll to cover the swings. This is number 5, right? We had no 4 of a kind that time. No 4 of a kind there either. So this is going to be number 6 coming out, right? So this is number 6. There you go. There was a 4 of a kind. This is number 7. But like we said, that's the best you're going to do in this, is get a 4 of a kind for 250 credits. You can't possibly do any better. This is number 8, right? It's not keeping count of my hands because I'm picking the cards. So this is number 9. Then we're going to do one more here. So this is 10. Now we're going to see how much we won, how much we're up. So there was another one without a 4 of a kind. Okay, so we won $577.50, keeping the queens on 1,000 hands. I want everybody's guess. I want to vote here. Who thinks that this is going to be the winner plus $577.50, or if keeping 3 to the royal is going to be the winner? Because keep in mind, we won $577. You get 1 royal flush, it's worth $1,000 in this. So all we have to do, hey Adam, all I have to do now is get 1 royal, and we're going to do better. Yeah, so who thinks, Mom, you're watching, who do you think is going to win? Oh, signing off from Juneau, Alaska. Just kidding, she's not watching anymore. I think the royal. I got faith. Well, let me put it this way. Who thinks we're even going to get a royal flush in these 10 hands? Does anybody think we're going to get a royal flush here? Yes, it would pay $4,000 on a dollar machine. We're playing at the quarter denomination here, Tracy, so it's, of course, 1/4 of a dollar. So the 4,000 credits is only equal to $1,000. So now this is spin number 1 going for the royal flush. Take the side. Noah says no royal flush. Okay. So this is number 1. Did we even win? So look, we lost on spin number 1. Spin number 2. I think when I went through this slideshow earlier with Mr. Brain, it took me 6 hands to hit the royal flush. So that was, we lost half our money on number 2. This is number 3. It's number 3. So keep in mind, we had said that, you know, it was on average somewhere between 500 and 1,000 hands that it would take for the 3 to the royal to get ahead of the pair of queens. And like I said, that's on average, so about 50% of the time it's going to be shorter than that, and about 50% of the time it's going to be longer than that. Is it Steven's No Limit Video Poker? No, I am not watching. That could be fun. It's a Royal Progressive. So that was number 3. We've lost again. Maybe I asked the wrong question. Maybe I should have said, will we even win? So this is number 4. We've lost again. It's number, whoops, wrong button. It's number 5. Let's see it. I think it's coming right here. It's going to be about halfway up the screen. It's going to be right here in this general area. I got a feeling. Well, I guess that feeling was just gas, because we lost again. So this is number 6. This is where I hit the royal earlier when I was practicing before. Oof. These are some pretty rough ones here. That was number 6. So this is number 7. I do. Man. Oh, there's one. Okay, we got one. So there we go. We got one on 7. So Noah's side bet loses. And it was, what was it, $577 we had won before? But it is possible, even with the royal, that we still don't come out ahead if the rest of these hands are bad. This is number 8. Yeah, with only one flush there. That's number 8. Let's see, number 9. Number 9. No, it would, well, on this probably, I didn't look to see, but it is pretty, it would be fairly easy to win an extra $200 because it's $1,200, more than $1,200. Well, 1,200.00 or more. So if you hit $1,200 on the dot, you're going to get a hand pay. So this is number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. And keep in mind, I believe the only hand we've won on thus far was the one where we got the royal flush. So this is number 10. Can we win back? We need to win back exactly $200 to beat the other one. Uh-oh. 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 So look at that. So even with a royal flush, since the rest of the other 9 spins were absolute garbage, Queen wins. So that's on 1,000 hands. So, and again, that's why we call this the high volatility play, because the math says that this is the better hand. In the absolute, in the infinite long run, this is the better hand. But just here on our little experiment, even if it was close, I mean, it was, what was it, $120, $130 difference, $132 difference? Yeah, but yes, as Mr. Brain just said, it was only a 53% chance for it to win. Let's do one more hand, see if we can get ahead with one more hand. Squeak in another royal. Make it a big difference. No. That put us even lower. Sandoz, yes. And now that I found out what Sando means, I kind of like that. So let's do pro training. Now this is one I'm going to bring up. This is probably not going to be a full hour training session here. But we're going to do triple double bonus here. 9-6 bonus or Ultimate X, because a lot of people in our videos, now this is just regular Ultimate X, it's not Ultimate X bonus streak, however they don't have that in pro training. So I am just going to pick, this is a lot of people hate on us for pulling this. What do we need here? An 8 and a 10, I believe, would do it. Everybody says we need the reason we're down 20,000. I wish there was Ultimate X 100 play. Everybody's saying the reason we're down 20,000 plus is because we go for 3 card flushes here in triple double bonus. But it's a twofold actually, because number one, if you're playing triple double bonus and you have nothing else, you should be going for a 3-card flush anyways. That is the correct strategy in triple double bonus. And on occasion, depending on the multipliers, going for the 3-card flush is also the correct play in Ultimate X. So we're going to see here. So look at that. Look at the difference here. This is another high volatility play, because if you look here, look at that. Going for the 3-card flush, our EV was 39 credits. Going for the redraw, our EV was only a little less than 34 credits. But what did we win back? We won back 5 credits. So let's do it again. 7, 4, 2, 8, 10. Three cards straight, no, I don't think you're going to do that. We can test it here in a second. Let me just see how many times we're going to have to do this to get it to work right. Quick sidebar. I showcased full page Joker Poker this past weekend. Nice! 8 hands in. Hell yeah, little Joe. Somebody just told us the other day that they had pulled those machines, but maybe they just moved them. Somebody said that there was no carousel next to the security podium anymore with those games, so maybe they just moved them. Thank you, Joe, for joining us. It was nice of you it's good to have you back. You hadn't been here for a while. Good to talk to you again. Glad you're doing well. All right, we're going to try this again. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is this is a lower EV play than going for the Royal, and still look at it not working out too well for us. Eventually, you're supposed to hit this and get a 10x multiplier from it. But again, no. So the only game that the straight payoff is going to get low on you is oh, there we go. Is triple bonus would be the only game where the straight paid 20. The straight payoff is lowered to 15 credits in triple. Is it going to be 3 to the flush with 1 high card with even all these multipliers? It is. See? So look at that. Even 3 to the flush with a full screen of multipliers, you're supposed to go for it. Yes. I was just I just brought that up, Mr. Brain, just because A, I wanted to train in this game a little bit, and B, it's sort of, wow, look at that. It's a 3-card flush with 1 high card, even over the ace. I wanted to train on this, and it's kind of sort of tied into what we were talking about. So, let's shut our dynamic replay off. So here, so with the ace, it's only the ace. So, yes. So Tracy, that is correct. So if you look here at the payoff, so on double bonus, they lower the payoff on the 2 pair from 10 credits to 5 credits. On triple double bonus, they lower the payoff on the 2 pair, and they then lower the payoff on the 3 of a kind from 15 down to 10. On triple bonus, which they don't have on Ultimate X, but if this was triple, the straight would be lowered from 20 down to 15. However, to make up for the cut here, there would be another line above this that if you had the quad 2s, 3s, or 4s with just the ace kicker, it would pay the same 4,000 credits. So on triple, you have 3 ways to get the 4,000 credit payoff. But like all video poker, if they add in a big payoff somewhere, they got to cut from somewhere else. Loud, high-pitched chirps. Oh, sorry, that might just be from me yelling. I might be maxing it out. So right there, the 3 of a kind only pays 10 credits. Now 10 Jack Queen is a solid play. That's the one of the better 3-card straights you can go for. If we had no multipliers, I would say go for it. I don't actually know what the correct play is here. I don't think this is going to be the correct play because of that 12x multiplier, but let's find out. No, wow, even with the 12x multiplier, that was the correct play. So there you go, Tracy. There's your 3-card straight. That's going to be, I'm pretty sure that's one of the only 3-card straights when they're not all high cards that you would go for. But there you go. You asked, and it came up by itself. Jacks are better. It's Jacks from Jacks are better. It doesn't matter. Jacks are better. Bonus poker, double bonus, double bonus. 3 of a kind pays 15 credits in all of those games. Ooh, we got 2 full houses here with 12 times multipliers. Deal us a winner. Pair of 4s. Let's see 2 more 4s. Well, that's about right. That's about how it goes, even in the... Oh, here we go. Now, since it's triple, you gotta hold the kicker. And look at this. For anybody that's here, if any of our non-believers are here about holding the kicker, look at this pro training here. Look at the difference in EV between holding the kicker and not holding the kicker. I am in triple-double bonus, right? Yes. There it is. Boom. Look at that. That's why you do it. So look at that. Look at the difference in EV there. Holding the kicker was worth 1,154 credits. Just holding the 3s without the kicker was only worth 980. That's almost a 200 credit difference. That's $50 on quarters. Mind you, because we hit that and it was with a 3 times multiplier, that's a bit more of a difference than 50 credits. Or $50. But yeah, I wanted it to outperform too. So in Tracy and triple, this would have paid the exact same thing. The only difference is if it was the ace. If that was a 2-legged 4, as I like to call them, it would have been 4,000 times 3. So it would have been 12,000 in triple if this was the ace kicker. So here you go. The high volatility play might not have worked out earlier in our 1,000 hands, but the high volatility play worked right here for 10 hands. So there you go. Yeah, but I never would have been able to keep track of my count for 50 spins while I was talking to everybody. I would have sat here quiet as a mouse. So, all right, that does it for this week. I'm going to go ahead and call it there. We will be doing one more training next Thursday for what Mr. Brain is going to be doing. And then let me look at a calendar here. Next Thursday, yes, that's probably going to be the last training session on this channel, because starting the 15th, we should theoretically have something else planned that's supposed to start on the 15th. It's not official yet, so I don't want to announce it, but I believe starting next week, I'm going to have to do that stream on Wednesday, but I believe that live stream is going to take the place of this training. But since Mr. Brain has one more training session planned, we'll do that next Thursday. And then probably every Thursday after that, we're going to be live streaming, assuming that this deal that is in the works works out. We will be moving back to the other channel to live stream Thursday nights, and it will be gambling. So, well, you have 12 planned, but maybe we'll add those in, but it's going to have to be, it's not going to be Thursday nights. So if we do move it, if we do it moving forward, I think I'm going to have something else planned for Thursday nights on the big channel, and this training will be moved to possibly another night of the week. If it does, it will be announced in the community tab here on YouTube. So make sure you keep an eye out on that community tab. I'll see you all next Thursday for the training. And this coming Monday, don't forget, We'll be live from the casino. I think my dad gets back Sunday night. I can't remember if he gets back Sunday night at midnight or Monday night at midnight. But so it's pretty 50-50 chance my dad will be here next week. He'll definitely be here the week after. So take it easy, everybody. It was nice seeing you all. Take it easy.